Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. We will read a verse from Bhagavad Gita as it is. Chapter 9, the most confidential knowledge, text 29. I'll just read the Sanskrit. Samham sarva bhuteshu named veshyostina priyaha yebjanti tumam bhaktya maiteteshu chapyaham. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, by Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Krishna says, I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all. But whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. Purport. One may question here that if Krishna is equal to everyone and no one is his special friend, then why does he take a special interest in the devotees who are always engaged in his transcendental service? But this is not discrimination. It is natural. Any man in this material world may be very charitably disposed, yet he has a special interest in his own children. The Lord claims that every living entity, in whatever form, is his son, and so he provides everyone with a generous supply of the necessities of life. He is just like a cloud which pours rain all over, regardless of whether it falls on rock or land or water. But for his devotees, he gives specific attention. Such devotees are mentioned here. They are always in Krishna consciousness, and therefore they are always transcendentally situated in Krishna. The very phrase Krishna consciousness suggests that those who are in such consciousness are living transcendentalists, situated in Him. The Lord says here distinctly, Mahite, they are in me. Naturally, as a result, the Lord is also in them. This is reciprocal. This also explains the words Yeyata mam prapadyante tamstataiva bhajamyaham. Whoever surrenders unto me, proportionately I take care of him. This transcendental reciprocation exists because both the Lord and the devotee are conscious. When a diamond is set in a golden ring, it looks very nice. The gold is glorified, and at the same time the diamond is glorified. The Lord and the living entity eternally glitter, and when a living entity becomes inclined to the service of the Supreme Lord, he looks like gold. The Lord is a diamond, and so this combination is very nice. Living entities in a pure state are called devotees. The Supreme Lord becomes the devotee of his devotees. If a reciprocal relationship is not present between the devotee and the Lord, then there is no personalist philosophy. In the impersonal philosophy, there is no reciprocation between the Supreme and the living entity. But in the personalist philosophy, there is. The example is often given that the Lord is like a desire tree, and whatever one wants from this desire tree, the Lord supplies. But here the explanation is more complete. The Lord is here stated to be partial to the devotees. This is the manifestation of the Lord's special mercy to the devotees. The Lord's reciprocation should not be considered to be under the law of karma. It belongs to the transcendental situation in which the Lord and His devotees function. Devotional service to the Lord is not an activity of this material world. It is part of the spiritual world where eternity, bliss, and knowledge predominate. Samoham sarva bhutteshu namedveshyasti na priyaha ye bhajanti tvam bhaktya maitateshu chapyaham. I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all. But whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. Hare Krishna. Okay.
You can put the lid back on if you want. That'll make it a flat table for you. Where's the top cover? Oh, it's there with Chandra Mohan. Just put that over. Now you've got a flat table.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripa tamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatharinam. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. How are you? I'm happy to hear that. So we just heard very wonderful verse from Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna explains that He loves us all right now. He loves everyone, not just His devotees, but everyone, even the most fallen demons. Krishna has love for all of them. So there is, in this sense, there is no need for us to earn Krishna's love. It's already there. We don't need to, like in the material world, first to become acquainted with somebody, to gain his trust, to prove that we are worthy of his attention, etc. And then to build some very deep, meaningful relationship as far as is possible in the material world. This is not needed in this case because Krishna, no matter how fallen we are, how many faults, how many offenses we committed, Krishna always loves us. And this is very good news. However, there is a problem also. And the problem is that we deprive ourselves from this love. We create something like a cocoon from our materialistic activities. So it's like a shield that prevents us to experience this love, although it's there. So in this verse, Krishna explains that nobody is friend or enemy to him. In the material world, we always have these dualities of friends and enemies, pleasant and displeasant, happiness and distress, etc. And in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that this is Ichadvesha Samutena Dvandva Mohena Bharata, that this is the illusion of duality, and all living entities, we are conditioned by this. Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Gaur Nitai Ki Jai. So I have a question for you. Why do we have friends and enemies in the material world? Why? Let's speak philosophically. Let's not go into detail. He did this or he did that.
That's what Facebook.
Yeah, let's not start with Prajalpa. Gramya But why do we have, in principle, friends and enemies in the material world? What's the reason?
Expectation.
Okay, expectation. What do we expect?
Anything if anybody wants, we don't give, or if they want, we give.
Yeah.
If it is reaching, I think he will be satisfied and he will be becoming friend to you.
Okay.
If you are not satisfying him, you will become obviously a distant person from him.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
Okay.
the difference is.
Nice, thank you. So, but this is from his point of view. But from our point of view, why do we like somebody and we dislike somebody else?
Same is the case with us.
Okay.
Same is the case.
What's the case?
Our expectations is not reached.
Okay.
You know what we want from him.
And yes,
And same is the case. Like we maintain distance because
he
something
didn't provide what we.
I mean, like and dislikes.
Mhm.
So that makes us different from him. It's not enemy or something else. It's like you maintain distance from him.
So likes and dislikes means that we like things and persons who are pleasant to our senses and mind, and we dislike people who are
Which
who
is
don't,
not-
who obstruct our pleasure. Let's put it in this way.
Yeah.
Who gives us, so very good, thank you. So yeah, Prabhu.
It's my opinion. It's not like our ego,
Mm-hmm.
because we don't know how to do sacrifice. So that's why how we always greedy people, when we do our sacrifice mind. So we're gonna see everything is nice, but this is our ego specialty.
So it's based on selfishness, on
Right.
our
Yeah.
egocentrism. Okay.
Right.
Hare Krishna.
Hare.
Thank you, Prabhu, for
Thank you.
this nice question. So the question answer, I believe that if we go through this materials world, that will generate automatically. Suppose we want to cross the river
Mm.
and there is a loss of tide. Some of the tides will help us to reach the other side. Some of the tides will kick out from the destination. And that's why which tides will kick out, that makes the enemy,
Mhm.
and which tides will help us to reach the other side is friend.
Great. Yeah.
So therefore, it's happened in materials world when we are engaged with all materials activities. But when we give up everything in lotus feet of Krishna, and Krishna will take out everything from our life, and it makes
out
it smooth.
everything.
Yeah.
But only the bad things he'll take. The good things he'll.
Let's let him continue with the class.
Okay.
Otherwise-
The last one.
If you agree with me, you're my friend. If you disagree
Yes,
with me,
yes.
you're
I
my
like
enemy.
this.
Well, that's Facebook.
Okay. Mataji, yes.
Flo has an idea over here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, give her the mic. No, but it's for the recording. It won't amplify you, but it records you.
Okay. Yeah. I think the whole problem is that we don't see divinity everywhere yet. As long as we don't see divinity, there will be likes and dislikes.
Okay. Thank you. Very nice. And Mataji wants to say.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I think that we as human mind, we see everyone with good and bad qualities, while Krishna sees everyone with only good qualities.
Mhm.
And that's one reason why we differentiate people, versus God doesn't differentiate us.
Thank you. Yes, one of the qualities of Krishna is Bhavagrahi Janardana. He takes only the essence, and later we'll see some examples for this amazing quality of Krishna. Krishna is looking for an excuse to give mercy to all of us. And in the material world, people are looking for excuse to give us trouble. They will go through the whole file and they will look for something. See, he missed this small detail and he didn't submit his application on this and this date, and here we'll catch him. So Krishna is just the opposite. So as far as I understood from all of your answers and what you shared, the reason for us having friends and enemies is that we are selfish, we are based on false ego, our activity, our life is based on ego, and because there are many competitors around us who are exactly the same. So this world is full of wannabe gods. And when there are many gods in one place, many controllers and enjoyers, then they inevitably will clash. So then we think this person is my friend, he helps in my God project, and this person, he has a very strong God project himself, so he's somehow getting on my way. So Krishna doesn't have this problem because he is God. There is no God besides God, right? And therefore he's not envious. There is no competition for his position. Has never been, will never be. So he doesn't see us in this way. He doesn't see others as competitors. And it is an open invitation for all of us, although he gives mercy to everyone, including those who don't want to serve him. But it is open invitation to come closer to him. And this is up to us. Krishna doesn't discriminate. You can become my devotee, you can become my friend, but you cannot. I just don't like you. As we explained already, because God is not under influence of ignorance and envy and false ego. He doesn't have these problems. So we, little earlier in this chapter, 9th chapter, there is a verse where Krishna explains that he creates and annihilates this world again and again. So the time is going in cycles. There is no such thing as beginning and end of times, as some people claim. Some people seriously think that the world was created maybe 7,000 years ago. That's it. And God made it in such a way that it looks older. This is what some of them say when you confront them with, okay, there are scientific evidence then that the world is much older than 7,000 years. Oh, they are ready for this. God created it in such a way that it looks older. But actually it's not. It's just 7,000 years old. Anyway, so in Bhagavad Gita, in this 9th chapter, Krishna explains that there is creation, annihilation. Just like now we are anticipating the spring season after so long winter, and then spring will come, hopefully, and then summer will come, and then fall, and then will be winter again, and we'll be waiting for the spring again. So exactly in the same way, different ages are coming one after another. Right now we're in the winter age called Kali Yuga. Previously there were better ages, more pious, for giving better opportunity for spiritual life. And the reason for this creation and annihilation of this universe and all the universes, there are two reasons. One is that Krishna is supremely merciful. His mercy is endless. There is no end of his mercy. And second, we are very stubborn in our ignorance. We repeatedly failing our test at the end of life. And therefore we have to take birth again and again. So imagine, because we are so stubborn, this gigantic show has to run now. Can you imagine the whole creation? How much logistics, how much endeavor, how much money is this? To run this small temple requires so much endeavor. Maharaj can confirm, and Adarshi Prabhu. So much money. Can you imagine running the whole universe? And how much money is this? And this is just because we refuse to learn our lesson. We don't want to go back. We don't want to accept Krishna as our best friend, and we want to stay here. So these are the two reasons. And there is one lecture, Srila Prabhupada says something very deep and also very funny there. He says, we should be very serious about our spiritual practice because, first of all, Krishna says that there is a curtain of Maya just like we have curtain here in front of the deities. So just a few minutes ago, we couldn't see Gornitai. The curtain was obstructing our vision. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Yoga Maya Samavritaha, Mudu Mam Nabijananti. I'm covered, I'm behind the curtain of illusory potency, my Maya. And foolish, they cannot see me. So this is one problem. And then Srila Prabhupada says, another problem, we all fools and rascals in Kali Yuga. Second problem. So there is a curtain of Maya, and Maya is very expert to hide Krishna. There is second, we are fools and rascals. In Bhagavatam, there is a very famous verse where the population of Kali Yuga is described as Manda Sumanda Mataya Manda Bhagyahi Upadrutaha. People in Kali Yuga, we are very slow, very lazy about spiritual matters. And then Srila Prabhupada says there is another problem, third problem. Krishna is a dokshaja on the top of it. Krishna is beyond the reach of our senses, of our intelligence. So how much serious we should be in our spiritual practice. And Prabhupada doesn't make these points to discourage us, but just to make us more enthusiastic, to be more inclined to our spiritual progress. So we are very lucky, very fortunate, because we have this spiritual knowledge about Bhagavan, about the personality of Godhead. Recently, I happened to talk to one Orthodox priest back in where I'm from. Orthodox Christianity is the official state religion. And this person was very cordial, respectful, so we had some nice conversation. And I asked him, how do you understand the personality of God? Is God a person for you, or how do you see this personality of Godhead? And he said, yes, he's a person. Because we all made as image of God. But he meant Jesus Christ. So Jesus Christ is 100% man and 100% God. He said, this is very little difficult to understand. I said, well, it very much reminds me about our Achintya Bheda Tattva philosophy. And then he said, but then I asked him, what about the Father? And the priest said, well, the Father is pure spirit. You cannot see him. Nobody has ever seen him. You cannot make a picture. He doesn't have qualities, no body, no form. So, and the arguments usually they give to defend this impersonal concept of God are very akin to the arguments of the Mayavadis. Just like you're hearing from the impersonal school, Advaita Vedanta. So the problem with this is that if you don't accept God as person, if you don't have this knowledge about the personality of Krishna, then you cannot love him. You cannot develop affection, emotions for him, because there is nothing that will attract your mind to him. And if the mind is not attracted, only with the intelligence you won't be able to surpass your material attachments. It's not going to be possible. Your religious practice will be just a formality. You will go once in a month or once in a week to the church or the temple or wherever you're going, and you will perform your ritual there, and all the while you're watching, okay, how much more before I get out of here and my real life begins again. My real life is outside. This is the interesting life, outside of the temple. Here I come because I want to have spiritual aspect of my material life. And I know that if I come here, I pray to God, He will provide for my material success, which is the main thing for me. You will be stuck there. If you accept God as impersonal. So the thing is that if God is not personal, if you don't know Him, you cannot love Him. And if you don't love Him, you will be just staying forever in the material world. we will not be able to generate this intensity of attachment that will break the chain that is binding us here in the material world. So therefore we are so lucky that we have the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, the knowledge coming in Bhagavad Gita and especially Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. And this is the knowledge about the Supreme Absolute Reality, Bhagavan Shri Krishna, as the most attractive person that can attract and capture our mind. And this is our only hope. Imagine if you are a well-to-do person, you have some money, you have a nice house, etc. And you have some very dear people, loved ones, your family members, your friends, or your beloved, etc. Wouldn't you like to share everything what you have with these people? That's not another question that I have for you. Would you be able to say to your dear ones, whatever I have is yours? Can you say this? Theoretically. Is it the case with you or? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes. So you give the key to the car, yes, and to the house and everything. You share. Yes. Be my guest. Whatever is in mine is yours.
Yes, we can do that.
Nice.
As we know that Krishna knows.
Yeah, if they are friends, they are family, then why not?
Okay.
So that if Krishna give us that mercy, that all materials thing are temporary. Mm-hmm. So if we keep them forcefully, it will automatically go away from me one time. So why should not I give the dearest person, take it? Because I don't need it. Because I have to leave it one time.
Very wise.
That Krishna, keep that, and Krishna will take away from me. So why should I keep it for me?
Very, very
if
nice.
My friend, dearest member needed that, mm-hmm, take it.
And especially if they are devotees, even better. But I'm just asking in general. Yes. Yes. Thank you. So
I can verify this man really does live like this.
Yeah. I mean, I see that. I think everyone here can relate to what I'm saying. We like to share with our dear ones what we have. No? Otherwise, this is Arjuna's point in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. Why I have to fight, kill all these relatives? For what? For this temporary kingdom? So what is the gain? If I cannot share it with my people, my own people. If I have to kill them in the process, there is no point of it. Alright, so if we can do this, and in one lecture, Srila Prabhupada says that by studying ourselves, we can understand God to some extent. Because we are qualitatively the same as Krishna. And he gives the example of a drop of water and the ocean. So the drop of water has the same quality as the huge ocean, although quantitatively there is huge difference. So then imagine, Krishna, he has everything. He has these 6 opulence in full. And when we catch a glimpse of one of those opulences in the material world, we become very attracted. Beauty is so attractive. Beautiful people are attractive. Beautiful objects are attractive. People speak about beautiful melody, beautiful music. It's so attractive. And then rich, wealth, money, affluence, these are very attractive things. And Krishna has all of them, and he's ready to share with us. Not only he is ready, in one purport, first canto, Srila Prabhupada explains that Krishna wants us to go back home to Godhead more than we want. And what is the implication of this? And Krishna loves us more than we can love him in return. That means, instead of trying to become God, which is hopeless, it's not our position, to be the controller and the enjoyer. instead of trying to merge with God, which is another very sad business, why not trying to befriend Krishna? And he's opening that's open invitation here in this verse. Become my friend. So why not? We'll gain everything what we need, more. And the biggest reward in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, it is stated that the biggest reward Krishna gives himself to his devotees, and this is the biggest wealth that we can have. So how we can see how Krishna deals with his friends. Forget about the friends. How Krishna deals with his enemies first. How Krishna deals with his enemies. He gives them liberation. Of course, Krishna doesn't have enemies. That's one thing. But those who consider him as enemy and are inimical, the example is the Putana. There is famous verse from Bhagavatam where Uddhava says, Aho bakiyam stana kala kutam jigyam saya payayat apiya sadvi lebe gatim datri uchitam tatonyam kamva dayalum sharanam vrajema. Who can be more merciful than Krishna, who gave the position of his own mother in the spiritual world to this unfaithful witch, Putana, who tried to kill him? So this is how Krishna treats his enemies, so-called enemies. And Brahma also noticed this when in 10th canto there are prayers by Brahma. And Brahma made the point there, my dear Lord, I don't know, I'm confused. You already gave the biggest award that exists, and this is you. You gave yourself to Putana and her family members, Bakasura, and what is remaining, how will you reciprocate with your devotees? Because there is no higher gain than you, and you already gave yourself to the demons. So what about your devotees? What you will give to them? And if we read, for example, Mahabharata, we will see different stories there, how in the battlefield, one day after the battle, Duryodhana accused Bhishmadev, you don't fight Pandavas, you don't fight the Pandavas with full force because you are partial to them. You love them too much. And for a Kshatriya, this is a serious offense. If somebody accuses you that you don't perform your dharma properly, for Kshatriya this is very serious. So Bhishma then, he gave a vow. Tomorrow I will kill all the Pandavas, and these are the 5 arrows I will use. There were some special mystic weapons. Duryodhana was very happy. He took these arrows for safeguarding. At the same time, however, Krishna understood what happens, because he is Paramatma. And he spoke to Arjuna. And he told him, Arjuna, do you remember when Duryodhana gave you a boon that he will fulfill one desire? Because he was very grateful that you saved him from the Gandharvas. Now is the time to ask. Go and ask these 5 arrows, because with these arrows Bhishma can kill you tomorrow. And then Arjuna went to the Kauravas camp, and this was after the fight. They would fight during the day, and after sunset they'll be friends. They'll visit the different, from one camp to another they'll go and talk like friends. Same with when Krishna was when Bhima was fighting with this demon Jarasandha. During the day they were fought for 28 days, I think. During the day they were fighting like the worst enemies, but when the fight was over for the day, and Jarasandha, because he's the host and this is his religious duty, so although he's a demon and he follows Kshatriya Dharma, and then these are his guests, Arjuna, Bhima and Krishna, so he would invite them back to his palace, and Srila Prabhupada in Krishna book says they would talk and enjoy like the best friends. And during the day, they were fighting like the worst enemies. So then Arjuna went to the Kauravas' camp, and then he went to Duryodhana. Duryodhana was surprised. Oh, Arjuna, you have come to see me? Welcome. Sit down. What do you want? Tell me. I will do anything. Whatever you want, I will grant. If you want, the battle will end tonight. Tomorrow, I'll give you half of the kingdom. Just whatever you want is yours. And Arjuna said, no, I don't want to beg for the kingdom. Kshatriyas never beg. I will fight and I will win my kingdom. But I want something else. I want these 5 arrows. And then Duryodhana was shocked. But he gave the 5 arrows without hesitation, because he promised. And this is how the Kshatriyas work. And then when Bhishma heard about this the next morning, he said, okay, but then today, either I will make Krishna, what's the word? Give up, break, thank you, break his vow that he will not pick up a weapon, or Arjuna will die. So this is now my vow. Krishna is very clever. He took away the 5 arrows, but now this is my vow. And he fought such a way that Arjuna was almost killed, just a matter of few moments. And then Krishna, in order to defend both of his devotees, Bhishma and Arjuna, Bhishma he had to defend because he gave a vow. Krishna cannot allow the word of his devotee to go in vain. So Bhishma gave a vow that I will make Krishna break his vow, and I will force him to take weapon and to defend Arjuna. Otherwise, I will kill Arjuna. So Krishna wanted to defend Arjuna and Bhishma. So he decided, the hell with my vow, the hell with my reputation. I don't care what people will say about me. Let them speak whatever they want to speak, but I will defend my devotees. So he broke his vow, and he saved Bhishma's words, Bhishma's honor, and Arjuna's life. So this is how Krishna treats his devotees. So why we would not like to come closer to Krishna and have his association? Why I am so, this is my question I'm asking myself. Why I'm so stubborn and continue to maintain my material attachments. So in Bhagavatam there is another story when Maharaja Ambarisha was offended by this great yogi, Durvasa Muni, and Durvasa Muni went all the way to Vaikuntha, and he begged Narayana, he begged Krishna for relief from Sudarshana Chakra. And then Krishna told him, you came here because you think I'm independent and I can give you protection, but the truth is I'm not independent. Just like in this commentary, Srila Prabhupada says that Krishna becomes devotee of his devotees. So Krishna taught the same, Durvasa Muni. Ye dharagara putrapta pranan bitam imam param. My devotees have given up for me their family, their wealth, even their life. So how can I reject them? They have conquered my heart. Just like we will be celebrating soon Gaura Purnima, as Maharaj announced. Mahaprabhu, he said once, Mukunda, was it Mukunda? Mukunda has purchased me. Vasudeva Datta, sorry. Vasudeva Datta has conquered my heart. He has purchased me, now he can take me to the market and can sell me. So Krishna told Durvasa Muni, I cannot help you. First you have to apologize to my devotee. Otherwise, if I now give you protection, this will mean I reject my devotees, because you offended my devotee. I cannot do this. I'm conquered by my devotees. There is another famous story when Dhruva Maharaj was on pilgrimage, and there on the road he met a very unusual person. He was wearing a dress of ascetic, but he was also having weaponry. So Dhruva Maharaj looked at him and he said, "You are upstart. Who are you? Are you a kshatriya or brahmana? My duty is to punish upstarts like you. So I give a vow that I will conquer you." And then they started fighting, but then was it Dhruva or Prahlad Maharaj? Anyway, Dhruva Maharaj, I think. Dhruva Maharaj couldn't defeat him. And they fought for many days. And one day, in the morning, before they started fighting, Dhruva Maharaj was doing his puja. And then he saw that his deity was wearing the same garland as this person. Something like this, I forgot what was the story. So he understood that this is actually Krishna. Pitavasa. And then he surrendered to the Lord, but then there was one doubt in his mind. My dear Lord, I gave a vow that I'll conquer you, but I couldn't conquer you. So what about my word of honor of a kshatriya? And the Lord said, I'm always conquered by you. Jita Ajita. The unconquerable Lord is conquered by the love of the pure devotees. So that's what I'm trying to say since some minutes now, is that it's much better to serve Krishna and become his friends than to try to become Krishna, because it's hopeless. And we won't lose anything. We only gain. So many things I have prepared here, but I don't think I have time to say.
Stop for questions if there are any.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your kind attention. If there are any questions or comments.
Yes, Jamuna has.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. With that pastime you narrate with Krishna, Bhima and Arjuna.
Yes.
Krishna, even though Bhima and Arjuna both are devotees of Krishna, but it seems like Krishna was partial to Arjuna because he didn't want Arjuna to be defeated or killed. So that would seem like partial.
No, I don't see it in this way.
It would seem.
Bhishma had to join the Kauravas because of some political. Srila Prabhupada says because of political considerations. But you remember how Bhishma left this world? Krishna came personally. So it doesn't look like Krishna was not in favor of Bhishma.
In that instance.
But that is the instance at the time of death. What happens? This is the decisive factor. But I also don't agree that when Krishna picked up weapons, it was a sign of that he was more favorable to Arjuna than to Bhishma, because he kept the honor of both of them. He benefited them both. And Bhishma just joined the wrong camp. But he was always Krishna's devotee. He's one of the Mahajans, right? Bhishma is one of the 12 Mahajans. So he must have full mercy of the Lord. Otherwise, that's what I see in this. Maybe you.
Just a thought. I see the same way, but I'm just
okay.
Mataji.
Oh, okay.
So you said that Krishna have no friends or enemy. He is equal to everyone because everyone is his child. But Krishna also say, one who abides in me is my friend, and he's my friend, and I'm a friend in him. So Krishna is, us friend.
Yeah. Yes. So this is is not a fault on the part of the Lord, but it is His greatest, most attractive quality, that He is very merciful to His devotees. The point is that everyone can become Krishna's devotee. It's open. Opportunities are open for everyone, so everyone can come closer to Krishna and surrender to Him. It's not just for somebody, for some elite, closed club of privileged persons. Everyone can decide to become Krishna's devotee. Mataji, you want to say something? Yes.
Krishna had said in Bhagavad Gita that he came specifically to give protection to the Pandavas, and Bhishma Dev had a curse that he had to fulfill. So Bhishma Dev knew that Krishna was going to protect the Pandava anyway. So it's not partial because Bhishma Dev already knew.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Let me ask one quick final question, and we'll break for Gaur Artik. Can you go get Keshava to lead Gaur Artik? So you talked about your little conversation with the priest. Was that in Bulgaria? Or
yeah. Was in the gym. The guy was working out.
What's that?
He was working out in the gym.
He was working out in the gym. Okay, you met him in the gym. Okay, that's interesting. All right. So my question is, what about people who believe in God in some different way or some different name? What would you say about that?
Bhaktivinoda Thakur in Chaitanya Shikshamrita, I believe, he says that if I enter a place of worship where they worship different way than my way of worship, I should think, well, this is my Lord, the same Lord, and these people are worshipping Him in their own way. However, this is my Lord, and I should respect these people. So, but then in the next paragraph he says, however, if there are some discrepancies in their mode of worship, this should be pointed out. And what is the discrepancy? Mayavad, impersonalism. So it is both very liberal and also very strict. So we don't discriminate on the basis of details. We are very liberal in this sense. However, if people say that God doesn't have a form, that when He appears in the material world He is also influenced by Maya, then we have to point out.
So that's Mayavad philosophy, as you say. If God has no form, we can't be attracted. If we can't be attracted, religion will only rise so high. All right. So thank you so much, Pandava.
Shri Prabhupada ki jai.